Okay, I'm going to talk about our new suggestion that I had, an idea that I had. And I want to get your thoughts on it because it involves you. For the last, what did I say, 228 weeks, we have been conducting this cybersecurity mentorship. We've been doing webinars, Facebook, emails, etc., and the homework, all of those things. We've been doing this for going on 4 years, and it has been almost consistently the mentors doing something that the mentees watch. And the one thing that I'm starting to notice is that I don't see you exhibiting some of the skills that you're learning. I don't see you providing that feedback. I have seen people that come online onto the webinar week after week. They log in, you see their name, you ask them a question, they're yes, no type answers or whatever, and then they're gone. Next week, same thing. Next week, same thing. I want you to engage. I want you to become conversant, and this is the training ground that allows you to do that, to where you can practice some of these things that you're learning in your Security Plus study guide, so that when you go to your interview, you can speak with some affirmation. You can speak with some awareness, not just something that you had in a book, but something you talked about. So my thought is, and this I'm leaving this open for anyone at any time, any mentee that wants to talk about anything that you've learned or that you're studying for. If it comes from the study guide, if it's a current event, if it is something that happened to your family or whatever that has cybersecurity implications, I want you to think about sharing and doing it in a manner that becomes the topic for that week. So 10 to 20 minutes of sharing, and I'll just give you some ideas. This is the 601 Security Plus Study Guide. I got it from, what is it? Sybex, S-Y-B-E-X. But if you take a look at the table of contents, I hope you guys can see that. There are lots of main topics in there that are very important for you to understand and know, but they are also things that many of you are learning for the very first time. For example, when I mention CIA, who can tell me what that means? CIA.
I can tell.
I'm sorry?
CIA, what is the full form of CIA in a cybersecurity?
Yes.
It is a confidentiality, integrity, and availability.
Did you catch that? Confidentiality, integrity, availability.
Yes.
Yep. Absolutely, Harminder. And that is foundational to cybersecurity. Every job vacancy announcement in the federal government for a 2210, which is the career field for information management, which is what I'm in, every job vacancy announcement says that you have to work to maintain the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of your organization's data. Every job vacancy announcement. So CIA is something that you will never escape, and it needs to become second nature to you. You say, oh, well, this is a risk to this. Call it a triad, 1, 2, 3. Confidentiality. How is confidentiality assured? How is confidentiality threatened? How is confidentiality compromised? Then integrity. What is integrity? How is it compromised? How is it jeopardized, etc.? Availability. Put them all three together, and you are now talking in cybersecurity speak. But if you don't understand CIA, then you're you're trying to understand. So start with CIA. CIA is in here. The CIA triad, it literally says. So I did this probably 2 years ago where I talked about the CIA triad. You, as a mentee, if you're studying and you find something either particularly rewarding, that you found it easy to learn that way, or challenging, where you want to study harder to learn about it and you want everyone else to benefit from the results of your study, and also so that you can speak it more. Because I will tell you, as soon as you are asked to teach something, you have to know more about it so you can answer questions. Think about it. So my suggestion, my suggestion to each of you is to consider, while you are studying or while you are out there looking at things around you, or while you are experiencing things with your family. The other day I brought out something from my wife that said that she was caught, her data was leaked in a medical company's, they had been intruded on and somebody had exfiltrated her data. And so we went through what the letter says. And, these guys basically said, well, we provide the service for these companies that held your data. Well, they accumulated your data, your dentist's office got your data, but then they put it on our storage solution, and that's what got hacked. So that's what you learn, and that's where you start to say, maybe I and my family really should put in multi-factor authentication, or start encrypting stuff we put out on the cloud, or, because you start to realize confidentiality, integrity, availability all work together, even for your private data. So what I'm trying to do is say, find stuff that you want to share. And I recommend you be right in here doing it. Cryptography, authentication methods. Authentication is part of which domain in Security Plus? Authentication is, come on, somebody. Authentication.
I understand. You said domains?
Yeah, there are main domains for cybersecurity. What is authentication part of? Identity and access management. Okay? You got to know that. It's going to be in your Security Plus, and you're going to be in a meeting where somebody's going to talk about, oh, we're hiring a new IDAM person. You got to know what that person carries when they arrive. That's part of becoming a professional in this career field. If you were to get a job, I don't know, racing greyhounds, you should know about dog breeds. You should know about veterinary services. You should know about booking and betting and transportation costs and registration. Not racing the dog, but everything that's associated with it. See what I'm saying? If you're in the restaurant business, you have to learn about purchasing And food storage. Why? I'm fixing tacos. Yeah, but you have to make sure that everything is the meat has to be there and the taco shells have to be, all of that works together. You don't just sell tacos. Am I making sense? Cybersecurity is a big career field. So that's why it's broken down into several different domains, and you are going to find some that you prefer, some that you're more comfortable with, but some that are also going to be more challenging. What I'm asking you to do is think about everybody else on this team and say, this was a challenge for me, and this is how I overcame it. Now, what you do here online can be copyrighted, but you have to, it's called cite your source. For example, if I go into the Cybex Security Plus Study Guide and I pull out some diagrams, I have to say those diagrams came from the Cybex Security Plus Study Guide. Cite your source. If any of you have ever gone for an advanced degree, like a master's degree, you have to do that all the time. If you just come up with something and you copy it off of, I don't know, Wikipedia or something, and you don't cite your source, that means that you came up with it yourself. You originated that information, and that's rarely the case. You went and researched it. Tell where you got it. Okay, that's all I'm asking. So if something's original, I discovered this while I was in my bank's website. They have this new information about scams, something like that. And here's what they say. And I compared it to the Federal Trade Commission. And what do you know? They're quoting the Federal Trade Commission word for word. Guess where they got their information from? That sort of thing. It helps us all. It helps you to speak about this, and it helps everybody else to increase their knowledge and awareness. Does that make sense? Does it sound like fun? I mean, some of you may be terrified of public speaking, but hopefully we've been together long enough that you don't consider this to be public. I hope.
This is really good. I mean, it's a really good idea. We can share experience, knowledge. We can learn from each other, and as you said, we can really practice public speaking, and especially in cybersecurity. And then we can use that, like you said again, for interview or like interacting with other people in cybersecurity. It's an amazing idea. So yeah. Well, I just want to mention something regarding CIA triad.
Yes.
Just you guys know, it's very common question for cybersecurity interview. I had not too many, but I had a few interviews, and I was asked that question all the time. For each interview, they ask you to explain CIA triad, because it's basically foundation of cybersecurity, and it's cybersecurity. Information security is based on CIA triad. So I'd suggest you guys, if you have some interview, cybersecurity interview, learn about CIA triad before interview, because I cannot say 100%, but let's say 90%. You will be asked that question. So, yeah, just wanted to mention that.
And they're not only asking what you know, but they're asking what you comprehend. To give you an idea, and I just pulled this out, the CIA triad. If you think about this big monstrous book, the CIA triad is on page 4. This big book. That sort of tells you that, as you're getting into the cybersecurity career field, start here. Absolutely. So do yourself a favor. I mean, just thinking about CIA Triad, go into our YouTube channel and look up Triad, Triad, and you'll find it. And review it. And I pulled it all out of here. So as you're doing it, what do you think would help? And I'm encouraging you all. Again, Chris and I point this out many, many, many times. This Saturday morning webinar is not designed to be the Scotty and Chris show. It's designed to help you, and whatever we can do to help bring out your professional skills, to help you hone your communication skills, to feel more confident when you walk into that job interview, that's what's most important for us, not giving you information. We want you to feel valuable too, so that, because we can't be there in your interviews. So we just want to give you as much power and confidence that we can, so that you walk in there and somebody goes, oh wow, this person really, I can see this person will be of value to us. And again, it may not even be technical. I told you about the guy that we hired in to our help desk, whose only experience was at Chick-fil-A. But the guy was stellar at Chick-fil-A. And Tiffany, my program manager, the vice president, was like, I'm hiring this guy. And I was like, what does he know about help desk? Nothing. I'm hiring him. Has he done IT before? No, I'm hiring him. I'm like, let's go. Because he impressed her with his ability to speak and have the client focus. And he's still there, I believe. So years later, he's still doing it. So what we're suggesting and hoping is that you will all feel comfortable learning to speak and sharing with each other, so that you also realize that you are all resources to each other. It doesn't just have to be me to Scotty, Scotty to me, in order for you to be successful. Build your network and start right here. Any other questions? Anyone?
Yeah, I have a question. So are we going to do that next week, next Saturday? Kind of share some stories? I mean, I want. Sure. I don't know about other people, but I will prepare something. I mean, I have a lot of those stories, like, so, because every week I do something, and basically almost something new, and I can share. Yeah. Okay.
Good. And just so everybody knows, I'm not going to make you share. This is an opportunity for you, and you can grab a hold of it and do it, or you cannot. I'm not going to think better or worse of you as a result of your decision. This is an opportunity, nothing more. Okay? This is not a test, and it's not a game. I want you to be more successful, and this is a way that I think may help. Okay? All right, everybody. I think we're all done for our Saturday. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and we will talk later on.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Take care.